United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're going to mix up the agenda just a little bit because we had a special meeting, a work session, and then a special meeting. And also for the first special meeting is a formal presentation of the 2025 budget. But we need Benjamin here as well, and he's running a few minutes behind. And we need his calendar so that we can pick out budget dates. So we're going to skip down to the work session. We'll start with just the work session and public comments. Joy, did you want to talk?
I didn't want to interfere right away, but I.
No,
we're going to start with public
Yeah, we
comment.
start with public
Okay.
comments. Yes.
Thank you. I just wanted to brief comment about the last meeting we had here, and it's the first one I've been to in quite a long time. And I thank you for the opportunity to address the board. And as you're aware, I was quite appalled to learn that the island seniors were segregated out of the plan presented at that last meeting. And the 2023 community housing plan stated that persons 60 years old or more equal 40% of the full-time population. And that's mainly one of my considerations when I thought about this. However, I understand that this proposal was specifically about the workforce and middle-income housing only. So, and will probably be around 36,000 per year or 3,000 per month if they were renting it. That's based on kind of the things that I could pick up as it went quite fast. Please note, I think this will impact the volunteer availability because volunteer jobs will become paid jobs. There will be less persons available to volunteer. And I'm one that can tell you how hard it is to keep volunteers, get volunteers, train volunteers, and whatever. So I wanted to throw that thought out because I think it will put a cost on the town a bit if we lose volunteers at all. Finally, the proposed 49-year agreement between the CBC and town is what I would call a kick the can down the road because it's passing problems much farther ahead. And therefore, fortunately, by the time a 49-year-old agreement ends, I will be dead. Summarizing that very quickly. And I think this whole plan, I would suggest, needs a little more review. I'm not criticizing the work that's been done. I suggest a little more thought comes to it and proposal to you before it's accepted, passed, or whatever you call it. Okay, that's basically what I wanted to share. Thank you very much for the time. I really appreciate it. Thank you for telling me when I could step up.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else in the physical audience? Pam, I see you have your hand up.
Yes, hi, good afternoon. I just have a follow-up on the town board meeting last night. I was curious to find out who was the town board member who went and inspected Gardeners Bay Country Club, because that was not revealed. And the other thing I was concerned with is that there were 3 hearings last night and 2 were adjourned because the town board was waiting for more information. The third one, which was a wetlands application, was also going to be receiving new information and new plans. And yet the town board adjourned that hearing. And to me, if there are new plans on a wetlands application that has been reviewed months prior to you looking at it by the CAC or the planning board, if there are renovations or changes to such a plan, I think that they need to go back to those 2 boards also for review. So I'm rather dismayed at you adjourning that hearing last night, and I wonder what was the reasoning behind it and how you were planning on moving forward with that.
In answer to the question on Gardner's Bay Country Club, I know Benjamin most recently went to Gardner's Bay, but I too have taken a tour of the property. It's just been a couple of months. And I think others
So,
on the board have also been there. So the reference was to Benjamin last night, but more than Benjamin has been there. With respect to the wetlands, I think the feeling was that there was, even though there's new plans coming in on that last one, and my brain is not, Jackie, okay. I'm hopeful that we will get those revised plans in sooner, and we'll post those on the website so that the public will know, will have a chance to look at those as well. But I think the feeling from the board was that there wasn't that big of a change, that it necessitated recirculating it back to the various advisory boards, as well as holding it open for another 3 weeks.
I think she's talking about Courtney O'Sullivan.
Which one?
That one was just
It was adjourned, but we're going to renotice because there
No,
are so many new plans.
No, it was the last one, the last wetland.
I mean, essentially, our request from Jeffy was to put conditions that we want to see on the plan. So we're not asking them to, come up with a new plan and show it to us. We were saying we want to see these conditions on your plan, and then we can.
So we can
So
we can accept it with those conditions already on the drawings. And, yeah,
I just didn't notice that you were discussing what the planning board had said about that project either. And I just hope before you continue reviewing it, that you take a double look at what they had submitted, because there were quite a few concerns they had that did not come up in the conversation last night. And I realize this is not the public hearing, so I don't want to go into details, but I'm just asking you to take another look.
Thank you. Anyone else on Zoom? Okay. Next item on the agenda is 26 Tuttle Drive, Jacobson. They are requesting to have the 100 square foot exemption put into a resolution so that it's authorized. We had gotten a letter, and it's new construction less than or equal to 100 square feet within the adjacent vegetative buffer. They're installing a wooden sauna with a semi-enclosed 9.5 square foot rinse station for a total of 44.8 square feet.
So it's a prefab structure that they want to put on the slab.
What's the backstory on this?
This is what we have. I
Hi,
was
this
going to
is,
say we have Derek Jacobson on Zoom, so if you'd like to enlighten us.
sure, I think, I'm sorry if it's okay, I put my video on, I don't know the process. Hi, everyone. Yes, I mean, I think you described it pretty simply. We'd like to put a prefabricated, small, three-person sauna that the bulk of our property is within the vegetative buffer. And we'd like to put that sauna in with a small little, basically hose-connected rinse station that we would then shield from the street with, I think we put 5 plants that are on the list of allowed or preferred species that the town publishes.
I just had a question as to what the base of the rinse station was.
It's just crushed stone. We just need to make it level, basically. I mean, there's no footings or anything. It's not a attached structure of any kind.
And is the sauna going on a slab, or is it also going on stone?
No, that's what's going on stone. There's an existing, I mean, there's an existing little stone, like slate stone area. I mean, it's very small. That's right there. But the only quote unquote additional work would be the sauna. I mean, the rinse station, the 9 square feet is actually just the footprint. I mean, that's also just going to be on crushed like stone or like a wooden base. That's not actually an enclosed structure. It's just, that would be the measurement if it were assumed to be enclosed. It's just a half circle for privacy, for modesty, basically. So we don't flash our neighbors or anyone coming by on the water.
I will appreciate that.
So what's the backstory to this?
I don't understand the question.
Meg,
You say
do you know?
backstory.
What? That they thought they could put it in and then they were told they can't, so then they applied
Yeah.
for an application? That's
Yeah.
the backstory.
Yeah,
They thought
thank
they
you.
could do it, they were told, you need a permit, they said, okay, and now they're applying.
And I mean, to be clear, just, I did look at the code before I started, and if you look at it, or if you look at the 100 square foot exemption on the table, it leads you to a section that's or basically a nomenclature that says NPR, no permit required. And with apologies, in my layman's language, I assumed that to be literal and said no permit required. And therefore, but we, as you said, then we're informed by the building department that this procedure is required. And so we went through the process, and Reed kindly created the letter that you have. And then I submitted the drawing, which is our existing site plan showing the distances from all the borders, and just the relative size of the small structure.
Thank you for that.
Sure.
Any other board questions?
I don't.
Don't have it. That's within rights. Anyone in the public have a question? Okay. Is that, I guess we'll have to draft up the solution. So document that.
September
Thank you,
29th.
Mr. Jacobson.
Okay. Do you need anything else from me, or otherwise I'll leave you to your day?
That's it. I think you're good. You're good.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Amber. Also, bye-bye.
WAC drought status as of August 19th. This was something that was discussed at the last WAC meeting. They wanted to make a recommendation and have the town board start posting, which they had recommended that we go into a D1 moderate drought status level. Unfortunately, we didn't get this. We got it like hours before our last work session. We haven't had a work session in 2 weeks. So I guess there's two things that I wanted to discuss. One, are we accepting this drought status recommendation, and we should post this on the website and put it out on our social media? The second is coming up with a better process. So when WAC does change the drought status, that they don't have to wait for the next town board work session in order to get approval to like start putting out that we're in a drought mode. We do have a drought status policy, but I guess first of all, is everyone okay with us publicizing that we are now in accepting that we're in D1 moderate drought status, which the recommendation is voluntary restrictions that all forms of irrigation be restricted to the hours between 6 p.m. and 8 a.m.
And it's all voluntary.
It's a voluntary.
It's, this is one of those things that I think we need to work on more with the WAC, because the way they're establishing their drought status recommendations, I think for some people feels a little less scientific and more feely. So I'd like to come up with like a solid structure for how they make recommendations, and then what the restrictions are, or how we go about doing it. And it's probably something that once we establish that, we could, the town engineer could probably approve and, update the website.
Well, in this instance, it seemed as if they were pegging it off of the regional Northeast drought early warning system.
Yeah, which says that
So-
we're abnormally dry, not, so, yeah.
The big indicators, the big four wells. And as I say, they're substantially below median values, which is concerning.
Yeah, we've also had rain, and I don't know that it had enough time to percolate. There's so many things that go into this that it's It's complicated.
So do the two
I
liaisons.
don't think it does
want to
any
meet?
harm to put something like this
No, we
out.
can post it. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of a no-brainer.
we can post it.
Okay. Yeah, and then do you want to work on what the triggers are so that
Yeah.
if they hit a trigger, then
Yeah,
it
the-
just gets automatically implemented without having to come back to board approval?
Yeah, it's something the committee's already still
Mhm.
like working on. They're still
Mhm.
trying to brainstorm and come up with a system, so we'll keep going with that. But I think having the board review this every month is not necessary.
Right, that's right. That was my thinking.
Yeah.
I think it's something that could be emailed around
Yeah,
and approved,
Mhm.
and then put on the website
Yeah.
as an alert
Yeah,
without,
Yeah.
yeah.
absolutely. You all happy with that? So Christina, you can push that out.
All the restriction part or?
Yes. Benjamin, I see that you joined us. Just so you know, we didn't do the special meeting part for the budget. We were holding off until you arrived so that we could do the calendar part. And since we have special meeting, work session, then special meeting was what was on the agenda, we're just going to have one special meeting at the end, but we'll start off with the budget and then go into the resolutions.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, next on the agenda is WQI rebate
I'm
for
going to recuse myself.
Pappas. Yeah. Okay, so this is Two Wheeler Road. It is a voluntary system. It's in the Near Shore Overlay District within 500 feet of tidal wetlands on two sides. It's a voluntary replacement, as I said, will result in 6.132 kilograms per year of nitrogen reduction. There is 12,000 is the base grant. And there has not been a request for the well replacement set aside, but we've been putting those in lately just because when projects start, sometimes people do find that they do need to replace a well. So rather than having to come back and ask for that additional $4,000 set aside, we've just been putting them in proactively. But the anticipation is it would be a $12,000 grant. But I don't know if anyone had a chance to look at this and had any questions, concerns, or if they're okay to approve it.
Well, we did have sorry that Amber, Mega's not here. There was an exchange that we had over water softeners and different devices that are in the house that require a separate dry well. And there was a long conversation that existed between some members of the WQIP and the Water Advisory Board, okay? And what came out of it is that Suffolk County requires a separate dry well if there's a water softening device. It should not go into the IA system because it impacts the way it operates. And, although it's not here on the application for WQIP, it was stated that when the estimate is done for the IA system, it would be included in their estimate. Okay, so so I guess what it really boiled down to is that the question became, this is an existing house. Okay, so here I'm making the assumption that if there's no water softener here, okay, there's no water softener here, or the water softener is being emptied, the backwash is being emptied into a dry well. I think the real issue is with new construction, okay, is that when Suffolk County requiring an IA system on a new house, that's fine, so they put the IA system in, but let's assume there's not a water softening device connected, and it comes back later on. A year later, the owner of the home feels that they need a water softener. there's no way of knowing whether they're just tying into the septic system and impacting the IA system. So because we have no regulations and we have, it's like, well, the way it was handled, okay, or the way it was talked about is that it's self-regulated, meaning all water softener people know that there has to be a separate dry well. So it has nothing to do with this application. It's just a discussion that I thought that we should have as a board, okay, that there really should be some look at water softeners, because if it's impacting the impact of the IA system, we got to make sure they're separate dry wells. Do I make myself clear or no?
Yes.
Albert, you have any questions with that?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. You
But
know,
I think what we need
people
to,
might inadvertently not know.
Correct.
I know that there's supposedly there is water testing done by the installer for a period of time, and then that's readily would be seen. I don't know exactly how that works. And how is that handled? I don't know. We don't have any procedure really that I'm aware of.
I think what we need to do then is to look at what, like, I know for new IA systems, they do get picked up. Because I remember our very first rebate that we gave out, there was an additional cost to the homeowner because they had to redirect the dry wells for the water softener. But as you're stating is that no one, so that if someone already has their IA system and then later puts it in, that's where we need regulation.
Well, the county will pick it up. Okay,
They'll pick it up.
at some given time, because I guess they're randomly testing the water, and they would probably pick it up.
Mhm.
Okay, but I'm just saying initially, I guess it's just a little bit of a loophole that needs more discussion, I think.
Mhm. Okay.
But there's nothing wrong with this. I
You
have
want to
no
take that ball
problem
and
with
run with it?
this. Beg
Do
pardon?
you want to take that ball and run with it and come back with,
Yeah, we can do it, yes, yeah.
because I don't have answers at the moment. We'd have to talk to the design professionals and the engineers.
No, it's a good point, Gord. Should have something in place.
Getting back to this application, everybody's good?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
All right, Amber, you'll put this on for next time we do resolutions. So we're good with that one. Thank you. Next, we have two waterways applications for bulkheads that were closed yesterday evening. The first one was Green Freeman. And they were straightforward last night.
Yeah, this bulkhead is they're installing additional cisterning pilings to the bulkhead.
So we usually have our general, resolution. Is there anything extra that we need to add to this one?
I didn't have anything.
I don't have it.
Anything you don't?
Pretty straightforward.
Well,
So Amber, you'll. On that one. And when we get to Toronto, for me, same situation.
Yeah, me too.
Didn't have anything extra that needed to go on.
No, it was a rock revet that was in place, and they want to raise it, redo it, and raise the elevation.
All right. Good on that one. You're just flying through the agenda. Outdoor assembly permits. We have the Chamber of Commerce. And it is, should I say it right? The trucks and trades, the trades and trucks. This event is going to be held, I believe, this coming weekend. And it's going to be held over at the school, as it has been in the past. Expectation is about 60 people at one time, collectively 200, approximately 30 vehicles at any one time. set up on Saturday. Event is Saturday from 10 to 2 p.m. And cleanup will be on Saturday afterwards, and the rain date is Sunday. It seemed to be a fairly straightforward application.
Yeah.
Some of prior years. I don't think we have anyone, we don't have anyone from the chamber. So, any questions that need to be asked before we grant this? Nantucket Yacht Club. We did like on the application that the applicant's name is Nantucket Yacht Club and the age is 92. So, they've been around for 92 years. So this event is on Saturday as well, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, we discussed this a while back. I think they were just waiting for the postcard.
Yeah. Yeah, and they did get that approval, was it yesterday? Yesterday. So. Someone might. I don't see anyone here.
I was gonna try to make it. I don't think they were going to try.
It's an event that is held annually, I believe. So I didn't have any questions or concerns. So we'll go ahead with that in the special meeting.
What did we do last year for this, for the parking?
This is the
How do
first
we
time,
handle that?
I think this is the first time they've done it. Before it was like the paddle around the island, it was a different event. So this is the first time that they're doing it.
It's similar to
But it's
the,
similar, yeah,
yeah. The one that Billy Baldwin loves to host.
yeah, the around the island, yeah, paddle, but I can't remember what they called that.
I know.
Me too.
Did they do this last year? Because there was an issue of parking permits.
No, we talked about this at the beginning of the year. They
Okay.
said they came
But
up
they
with
didn't
a
do it?
concept and we talked about it, but it was always planned for September.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because a lot of people were coming off island, from off island to participate or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But, and this is the Sunfish around the island race.
It's their,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it happens every year.
yeah. I don't even know that it's around.
Yeah, I guess 2016 is the last time they did one that was
Mm.
open to non-members.
But- Yeah, it's got to be around. It's starting at Wade's Beach and ending there.
Could just be around West Neck Harbor.
Yeah, it's
That's what they typically
a
do.
regatta. I don't think it's actually around the island. I think it's just
We got it.
out and back. I don't know
Okay.
if they're doing a whole around the island.
But I mean, it's September. I don't think this is a real parking issue.
Yeah.
No.
It's just 2 days before parking permits expire.
We always say parking permits aren't required
After.
right after.
Yeah, cited in a previous work session, the amount
Yeah.
that they paid it.
Hmm.
The signature, the customer.
I don't have an issue with this one.
All right.
I said I don't have an issue with this one.
No, no, do I?
Okay.
Most of the
Yeah.
people are gonna be local, so they'll have the sticker already, and then the $100 covers the people who.
But that's it for agenda items.
Quick question. Did we have any public comment today?
Yes, yes. We did. Joy Bassman came in and Pam Demarest.
Okay.
Joy was talking about housing, and Pam had some questions about what board members have been to Gardner's Bay Country Club, and just some
closing the
procedural stuff about confirming and closing wetlands permits. Yeah.
Well, last night, the Gardner's Bay group kept referring to a board member who toured the property, and that was me.
Yeah, I stated that, yes. You were the most recent. I mean, I've been out there as well, and Ben has taken me around, but that was months ago.
Okay.
And I've been there too, just even longer than that.
I believe one or both of you have been out there as
So I
well.
really haven't really walked it. I was only to the cistern section of it. Okay, so I think where we left off last night, it was that there was going to be a more thorough walkthrough.
As far as people who had already been there looking at the site.
Around the table, look and see. Oh, yeah. WQI met. As far as WQI goes, they were, still discussing commercial IA systems and realized they've got some more work to do to try and figure out how to approach if they're going to suggest giving grants for commercial entities. But they're not turning it over to us with any consideration. They're still talking about it and considering things.
I don't really have much. I think Gordon had a question about dry wells and water filtration systems and IA systems. That is regulated. The county requires that dry wells be used for water filtration systems for backwash. And on the WQI grant application, there are questions about the type of water filtration system at the house, so they can determine whether or not a dry well is necessary. So those two things are covered. In the email sent out.
Okay. All right, then we will close the work session and go into a special meeting. Amber, you have something for us to sign?
Instead of my pretty cool one.
So you've all received, except for you, Benjamin, yours is sitting here in your spot. But it'll be in your folder or left here wherever is easiest for you to pick it up.
Oh, if you drop it in my folder, that'd be great. Thank you, Amber Wilson.
I'm gonna email it
To clarify.
Okay.
So anyways, so you do have the budget before you, just to hit on a couple of highlights. The cover sheet that I pulled together is, the budget is coming in at 2.2%, which utilizes $405,000 of fund balance, similar to what we used last year. Looking at the 2024 financial report, which I'm in the process of finishing up that review from the auditor, we will have sufficient fund balance to be able to pull that amount. I don't want to, if possible, not pull more than last year. And if some changes and things go our way, if we reduce it a little bit, I'd be happy about that. Without that $405,000 fund balance pull, the number would be 5.4%. I want to thank the department heads for all of the work that they did this year. They really took to heart my request that they keep everything as lean as possible. Not introduce, staffing increases, not introduce program increases, find any cuts that they could, and they did a really good job. And as you go through it, you'll see where the various budgets came in by department. Payroll increases that went into effect this year, I told all of the department heads to use 2.5% because that was the most recent CPI index that was available. Unions, we had continuing 2.4% for the police and 3% for the highway unions. So those were the assumptions used on those lines. As far as new hires or staffing cuts, we didn't have any staffing cuts. One new hire in the police department that took place just last month because of the start of the police academy. The reason for that new hire was so that we would be staffed and ready to go when there's anticipated future retirements in the department. And then the other staffing change was going from a part-time deputy assessor to a full-time deputy assessor. One big hole in the budget right now is retirement. I've used, we've got low salary increases, low higher numbers going into the calculation. We normally, by October 1st, the state is required to provide us with the estimate of the retirement for the 2027 year. The calculation is you take a portion of the 2026 year and a portion of the 2027 bill that they sent, invoice that they send us for retirement, and 3/4 of one year and 1/4 of another year. We do not have the 2027 number. Normally, that is issued by the state before October 1st, or at the latest October 1st. This budget is not required to be delivered to you as a town board until September 30th. So because we are getting it out this much earlier, we do not have those numbers. So Barbara will continue to check on those numbers to see when it's available. So I used the same salary assumptions. I used the same percentage of salaries that the state uses. Last year's number was quite an increase, which was reflected in last year's higher and harder to, put together budget. Because it was a high number last year, I'm using that assumption for the time being. Fingers crossed that it will not be a yet higher number, and maybe even a little bit of a decline, but flying blind at this point. So that's the one big open item in the budget that concerns me. You can start to take a look at it. We will be going through it, department by department, talking about the assumptions used, department heads, so we can schedule them coming in. And at this point, we should start to pull together a calendar. Amber has put into the front of the binders some calendars for us to look at and start to schedule when we want to come in.
This includes the unbound school, right?
Yes, yes, and I'll go through the cover page too in detail, as well as some of the other uses and transfers between funds. For Gordon, because this is new to you, we generally will schedule budget workshops. We'll go from 9 to noon and then 1 to 4 on whatever days we choose.
Is there a priority list, meaning in terms of what departments first?
That is,
Really up to the, okay.
it's your request.
I mean, what we've done in the past is the first meeting, we go through the budget in its entirety to get a comprehensive picture of what it looks like. And then from there, we make decisions on who to pull in. But we can amend that if someone wanted.
Yeah, and once we set the calendar dates, department heads can look at that calendar, and if they know that there's planned vacations, other meetings, conflicts, they will, say, oh, I'm available these dates if the town board wishes to see me. So when would you all like to start?
No, I could, I'm just saying, do figures.
Do we want to start this week? Do you want a day or two to start to dive in?
Today is Tuesday. How about Thursday? There's on the front end. Take a look.
Yeah, Amber had given us a calendar, so Thursday,
There's a meeting at 11 Thursday, but we could do the afternoon. Do 1 to 4.
yeah, I was gonna say the morning is taken, but we could schedule the afternoon. Let me just.
Friday is kind of the same deal.
Yeah,
Do the
I
afternoon.
also just want to check my personal calendar too.
See, Thursday afternoon. do we still have a meeting at 9:30?
No, 11.
It's at 11.
11, huh. That's a problem. Well, I'm free in the afternoon.
That's what we're talking about in the afternoon, aren't we?
Yeah.
You have a problem with the 11?
Yeah, I thought it was 9:30. That was my problem.
No, the room is reserved for a human resource meeting at 9:30. That's why we picked 11 for the other meeting.
All right, we'll figure that one out tomorrow, but I'm free in the afternoon.
Okay, so we'll say 1 to 4.
On Thursday?
I am reserving Friday as a day off because I have a family event up in Rochester over the weekend that I'll try and go to. I'm still working out the details on that, which then also takes me out on Monday, the 15th as well.
All day Wednesday.
The 17th?
EMS isn't until 4:30, so we could do 2 sessions, one in the morning and one in the afternoon.
That works.
It's fine.
All right, what was that?
Wednesday,
Wednesday, the 17th, all day.
9 to 12 and 1 to 4?
Yeah.
What time do you want to start on Wednesday?
9.
9 a.m.? Yeah, we generally will do 3-hour blocks.
Any chance we could start at 10?
I was gonna say, we can do a shorter block.
If we could start at 10, that would be helpful for me.
Okay.
And the 12, 1 to 4.
Yep.
So that's Wednesday, the 17th,
Yes.
from 10 to when?
12, and then 1 to 4.
Okay. 1 to 4, 10 to 12, and 1 to 4. I think that's okay.
Thursday, the 18th.
Not the morning, because
No,
we've
my
got green
morning's-
options in the morning and I've got a
1 to 4. Yeah, that should work.
Go to starting from.
let's look at something. A meeting I haven't accepted yet.
Yeah, I have one up at the county. But probably the afternoon if we start at 2.
I'm just double checking that
Yeah, I'm
Wednesday
mixing up.
afternoon thing. Hold on.
Friday all day, Good Friday all day.
Yeah,
19th?
all day.
So where are we Thursdays out?
I think Thursday's
Yeah.
out. I'm not sure about the afternoon. I may have a conflict. I have to figure out what this meeting is about and if I have to go off island.
Friday all day? I'm good with that.
So Friday 9 to 12 and then 1 to 4.
Yes.
And that was a no on the 17th.
Correct.
No, the 18th is
18th is
no.
no.
18th was yeah.
The 17th is 10 to 12 and 1 to 4.
Let's keep going with this. I do have a question for you, Amber. We are setting these budget calendars, but then there's flexibility. So if we schedule through the end of the month, but then need to go into October, can we do that once we're in a future budget meeting?
So all you're doing is this special meeting will continue and be reconvened. So
Okay,
you
so-
can always add in, but it's just nice for the public when you announce it at the end of the meeting when the next one is going to be and at what time.
Okay.
Otherwise, yes, you can just reschedule those.
Thursday, the 12th, we're what?
Thursday.
Thursday, the 11th,
1 to 4.
Thursday, 11th, 1 to 4. Okay,
Right.
yeah.
and not the
Okay,
12th.
so you were saying something.
Thursday, the 11th, 1 to 4.
Right.
Nothing Friday.
Nothing
Monday.
Friday. Nothing the 12th. Nothing the 15th
Or 16th.
or 16th. And then we have the 17th from 10 to 12 and 1 to 4. Nothing the 18th. breaking up Ben. And then the 19th, we have from 9 to 12 and 1 to 4 on Friday, the 19th.
19th away.
You're away the
19th,
19th? You're away, you said you're away the
Away,
19th?
I'm away on the 19th. I'll be with Leventhal doing continuing legal education.
Okay.
I
Nothing
don't know
on
if you
Friday,
heard
19th.
that.
Yep, we did. Yeah, your video seems to have stopped, but your audio is still there.
Mm.
22nd?
Hello, hello?
It looks like the Board of Elections is in here in the afternoon, so do you want to do the
Okay.
morning?
We could do the morning
I'm out Monday.
on
Oh,
the
you can't
22nd.
Monday.
I'm
Okay.
gonna be off island for most of the day.
We could do the morning on Tuesday, the 23rd. Before the work session,
That'll work.
Wednesday seems open.
Okay, so the morning, 9 to 12 on the 23rd.
And Wednesday and Thursday, the 24th and 25th open. All day those days.
Okay. Does that work for everybody else, the 24th and the 25th?
I can go to on Wednesday to 2 o'clock.
Okay, so we'll do the morning on Wednesday, 9 to 12. What about Thursday, the 25th?
All day?
All day
Me.
works for me.
Yep, me too.
So Thursday, 9 to 12 and 1 to 4 on the 25th.
Okay, I'm out for some minor surgery on the 24th and the 25th.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if you heard me before, but on Friday, the 19th, I am off with Stephen Leventhal for CLE.
Yep, we scratched that. We did hear that.
Okay.
Okay. The 26th, are you still out?
So what about 24, 24, 5?
No, I can,
We do
I
the
can be,
morning.
I'm around the 26th.
Okay, because we could do the morning, because West Neck Water District is in the afternoon.
So the 25th is nothing.
Right.
24th and 25th.
So 9 to 12 on the 26th.
Yes.
Sorry, what happened to the 19th again?
19th is out, Benjamin's not around, and the 24th and 25th are both out as well.
25th, so it would,
I'll send everyone a
okay.
nice.
Yes. Just get it. Generally, we'll try and schedule like 7 of these sessions, and see how it goes from there.
Yeah. What about the 29th, Monday? I got all day. We have a town board meeting that night, so maybe just the morning.
I was gonna say just the morning,
It's gonna be a long board meeting.
and also,
So the 29th that we're talking about now?
yeah,
Yeah. Or have all day on Wednesday, the 1st.
well, let's start with the 29th. I was
I
gonna say
think
9.
I'm around. Don't we have a board meeting that night as well?
We do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll just do 9 to
Do
12.
9 to 12 and give the afternoon off to prep for the board meeting.
Not taking any resolutions past Thursday for to do. Let's not let everyone know.
That's fine.
That's fair.
We will try. I'm not gonna suggest the 30th, because if we've got a board meeting the night before,
Yeah, no,
we won't
that's a
try
bad
to double
idea.
up with that, so the 1st would be the next.
Have all day on the 1st open.
Me too.
Same thing with the 2nd and the 3rd.
Yes, I am good at that. Yes, those days.
I am out from the 1st through the 9th.
The 1st through the 9th?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so then how about the 10th?
Gonna leave that open.
Leave the 10th open?
Yeah.
Two, three, four, five, 6.
5.
Well, I'm counting the 17th as a double. Because we've got, I did,
1, 2, 3, 4,
yeah, generally I
5.
like to have 7 sessions sort of scheduled in the middle.
Maybe that's fun.
The 26th, maybe that's.
The
Is there
11th,
any-
17th, the 23rd, the 26th, the 29th.
Amber, could you repeat it one more time?
The 11th is 1 to 4. 17th, 10 to 12,
Right,
1 to 4.
got it,
23rd is 9 to 12.
got it.
26th is 9 to 12,
Is what?
9 to 12.
But we were out on 25, okay.
The 26th.
26th,
Twenty-
Friday.
Wait,
Friday the
what's happening on the
26th.
23rd?
From 9 to 12 on the 23rd.
And so really, the 25th was out, we made it the 26th, right?
Right.
9 to 12 and 1 to 4?
No, just 9 to 12.
Okay,
Because we have work session, right? Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then the 29th, 9 to 12.
all right.
October
13th, October, oh yeah, that's right, because the
It's
13th is
Columbus Day.
Columbus Day. 14th, actually, I don't know if we have a work session that day.
No, we don't.
It's because it's the day after a holiday, didn't schedule those. We could do the afternoon of the 14th.
That's fine with me.
There's no work session, the
Right.
14th?
Yeah.
So, okay, just the afternoon or all day?
Just the morning.
Just-
Because, yeah, there's capital planning still at 10
Oh,
o'clock, so you
okay,
do,
9 as well.
1 to 4.
Sure you want to make it Wednesday? Just, I mean, I don't know what's happening that weekend, but it's a long weekend.
We could do
But
all
we
day
would-
Wednesday.
But we wouldn't have had a budget session in over 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then the 15th, I've got Suffolk County Supervisors meeting smack dab in the middle of the day with,
All right. So there's nothing the week of October 6th.
that is correct.
Alan's away.
Right.
Got it. Got it. Okay. But instead of the 14th, you want to do the 15th? Does that make any sense to anybody?
I have Suffolk County Supervisors up in Smithtown from 10 until noonish, so, I mean, if I couldn't do the morning, I could maybe make it back by 2,
Yeah.
just to play it safe.
The afternoon on the 15th?
What about the 16th? Why don't we do
Might
that?
as well push it to the next day.
Yeah.
So the 14th is out, but that's,
No, 1 to 4 on the 14th as well.
Well, no, I think,
14th.
I think Benjamin's
Yeah,
advocating.
I'm saying instead of the 14th.
Oh. What about Thursday?
I mean, we could do 2 to 4 on the 15th.
That's fine.
I mean, because Smithtown, I should be
And then we
back.
can meet on the 16th as well.
So it's just 2 to 4 on the 15th.
2 to 4
Yes.
on the 15th?
Mhm.
And then the 16th, do you want to do the afternoon, 1 to 4?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
And then what about the 17th? Want to do the afternoon again? I mean, ethics meets at 11. Are they usually?
So on the 16th, we're doing the morning?
No,
No, 1 to 4.
because
to
green
4.
options is morning up to 16.
Got it.
You have the afternoon on the 17th.
Yes. And then I think we've scheduled enough.
1 to 4?
And then 1 to 4 on the 17th.
So 1 to 4 on the 16th and 1 to 4 on the 17th.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah, but when you get this for us, could you also just give us the calendar of when we have to have the public hearing and when we have to notice the public hearing, just so that we make sure we hit those deadlines? It's already in there? Didn't turn the page. Thank you.
I'll put it on the calendars though, like deadline
Yeah.
in front of.
Page 30.
So do we have anything for the, we don't have anything for the, oh, no, we do. The 29th, September 29th, we have 9 to 12. And that's it for that week?
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. It's
Oh, sorry. September 29th, that week. We only have Monday from 9 to 12.
23rd, 9 to 12.
Oh, no, 29th.
9 to 12. 9 to 12.
Yeah, 9 to 12, because then we have a board meeting at 6, so we figured give you time to prepare for the meeting because there's a lot of hearings.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it pretty, don't worry.
What date is it? What is that?
Again, September
24th.
24th and 25th were no.
So 26, 20, 23.
It's a town board meeting that night.
Okay. All right.
October 5th, the town clerk presents tentative budget to the board.
Yes.
Yeah, you're a month in advance.
That was the plan.
Adopted no later than November 20th.
That's that on budget. Right, so we have two resolutions.
Take it off.
Sure.
Whereas the Chiltern Island Chamber of Commerce has submitted an outdoor assembly application for permission to hold a trucks and trades event at 33 North Ferry Road on September 13th, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And whereas the Chamber of Commerce also requested approval to place signage advertising the event and has submitted all required documentation, and whereas the town board has reviewed and considered requests, now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby approves said request with the condition that all signs shall be removed within 24 hours after the event. So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Whereas the Monantic Yacht Club has submitted an outdoor assembly application for permission to hold the 2025 Sunfish New York Downstate Regional Championship Sailing Regatta on September 13th and September 14th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Wades Beach. And whereas the applicant has submitted all required documentation, now therefore be it resolved that said request is hereby approved. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay. Wow, 1:59.
That's good.
Actually, you all can start reviewing your budgets and
Well,
if you could just stay on for 1 minute, Benjamin, I just have a little question that I wanted to ask of Thomas
sure.
after this meeting. So motion, oh, Jan?
Hello, Jan Sulo. Yeah, I have a question about this budget that you just announced. First of all, is that gonna be posted somewhere on a town board so we can review it as you are going through it? Because it's not there right now, but it's gonna be posted today or?
Yes.
Christina will sending it to Christina right now.
Okay.
Yes, got presented to the town board, it'll get posted on the website later today, and then you can also, if people want, they can pick up paper copies at the town clerk's office.
All right. The second question is, so basically you're projecting 2.2% increase, but if it was for a drawdown from the reserves, it would have been over 5%, correct?
Yes.
So my question is then, how much is there in the reserves and where do they come from? When will they run out?
That will all be, as we go through the budget, those various topics, we'll be touching upon them as we go through the budget. And these are, there is a public hearing the day after Election Day. So that will be an opportunity for the public to ask questions, but you can always email questions.
I would want to ask those questions before elections, you understand?
Feel free to send them in via email and I will make sure they get answered.
No, in public.
Well, then ask a board member and we will bring it up in public. Yeah. But it is the town board's budget to work on next. So the town board is the one are the ones who are supposed to work on it. And then the public gets their opportunity at a public work session, at a public hearing.
After the elections, correct?
That's the state. Like, they're the ones who put the calendar out.
Okay,
Even like when we hold it, you can sooner, but
Yeah, if we can get, if we
it
can finish it
depends
sooner.
on how long it takes to go through it.
Yeah, I
I
mean, it
think it would
could
be
be,
very helpful to hold it, not wait till elections to pass the budget, but these discussions in public for the.
I mean, at every single work session, it is a public session, the public can come and listen to it.
But they can't comment during the session. It's a
But
work
yeah, but I
session.
mean, usually they're lightly attended, so it would be nice to have the public actually
But
hear
they're
and
all-
listen.
So my next question is regarding your assumptions regarding those costs, which are not controlled by you, which is the healthcare insurance costs, benefit costs, blah, 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 blah. Those costs probably account for like what, 30, 40, 50% of the budget?
65% of the budget,
65%.
if you take salaries and,
No, salaries you can control, but I guess you can't.
I have that inside,
Okay.
I will have that percentage.
So very large percent of the budget is based on what? I mean, so you're not gonna know what the rates will be of the insurance, healthcare, whatnot until what, late October?
No, we should get the retirement and hopefully better insurance costs. I still have not gotten good percentages on insurances from the various people, PERMA and Blue Cross Blue Shield, Epic. So as we get those, we will make updates to the budget. So,
Okay.
but we are doing this a little early, so we don't have those percentages that we normally do. But this today is just to present it to the public. As we start to go through it, we will be slicing and dicing, and I will be handing out assumption spreadsheets and percentages and breakdowns like that. So today, all the answers, I have a book this thick with all of my budget stuff in it. I did not bring that today because that's not today's purpose.
But you did assume some kind of increase in those
Oh, yeah,
controllable costs in line with what happened last year, correct?
yes.
Because there were double-digit increases, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
But that's why I said that the retirement one is like the biggest hole in the
So my
budget.
next question is then, did you shop around for coverages from other insurance carriers? Did you use the time we had this year to do that? Or is that something you have no control, that like, if, for example, healthcare insurance is with one carrier, you cannot switch to another?
In order to make some of those changes, we should do that ahead of a contract negotiation year. Because the health insurances are part of the contract negotiations with both police and highway unions. So in order to make that change, it has to be done in a year that we're negotiating, because otherwise we're not able to do it. We can't make a change.
But you mean the coverage is, how much the employees pay and so forth, but not the carrier, the insurance carrier that provides those services,
If
right?
we were to change, we'd have to make a change to like an HMO or something like that, because the light inquiries that we've made, they're pretty much all the same for comparable coverage. And so if we were going to change the type of coverage, we'd probably have to go to something like an HMO or a carrier that is not as robust as ours. And that would have to be negotiated with our unions in order to make that change.
So,
We can't just unilaterally do that.
so basically whatever will come down from insurance carriers and other external providers, we'll just have to eat that.
It's not fun.
So basically nothing is controllable.
Very
We
little
could start
is-
slashing programs and services. Which is-
And then any idea what the library financing, which I think is gonna come in this year, how much that's gonna add?
That would be a question for the assessor, because she talks to the library and would get that information from them.
Right.
So,
Separate 170,000 of cost, that's like equivalent to 1% of increase on top.
that would be an assessor question, because that's not part of what we have control of.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Did we file the annual financial report with the state?
Mhm.
Okay, could you provide a copy? I don't think I have one.
Oh, okay, yeah, I had downloaded that at one point, I have it in, I think, a PDF.
And is the final audit for the year for 2024 done?
I'm in the process of finishing up that review. And I was working on it, and then I was like, I better start working on the budget if I wanted to get this to you in time. So now
We don't have that at this particular time.
I have a draft, and I thought,
I have a draft
I
of
was gonna say,
it.
it's my understanding you were given a draft as well.
What about CPF and the other audits? Are they all in place?
The CPF audit, I've already given them back my comments, and so I do believe that last week, but I was still trying to finish up a couple things on this. They have given me a new draft with my comments incorporated. So, yeah, and I have comments already accumulated on the regular audit. I just want to finish trying to get the rest of the numbers.
I'm sorry, I was just recalling your answers, and I think I asked the question about the reserves. Where do they come from? How much are they right now? And I don't remember getting the answer to it.
I have a spreadsheet on that. I don't have it off the top of my head, and it will be part of the discussion when the board sits down and looks at utilization of a
Roughly, how much is there in reserves?
few million.
2 million?
Yeah, I have to look at it again because when I look at the reserves, there's reserves that were accumulated from cell tower money. And so what we did is we said, we're not going to touch those reserves except for $67,000 per year because we wanted to not have an impact of losing the cable, the cell tower annual revenue stream, which was $67,000 a year towards operating budget. So we've been drawing down on that. So that's the piece that we draw down from. And then there's also money that we set aside from the cell tower money again for funding reimbursable grants. So I can't remember off the top of my head if I've got too many numbers in my head. 250,000 or 350,000, and we have utilized that before where we've done a grant and then we've got reimbursed and restored those funds. So I just have to finish looking at that spreadsheet. But the 2024 audit, we did have revenues that came in that bolstered the fund balance. So that's why I'm comfortable in taking $405,000.
So when the town sold the tower, I don't know, it was a few years back, how much the town got for it?
I want to say it was like 2.2 million, but I have not thought about that number in
But still,
like 8 years. So
No, we don't still have 2.2 million.
no, we do not.
We've been using it.
We have
so we don't-
67,000 times however many years left on that stream. We got the 350,000 and then I think like another 100,000 for reserves for capital expenditures in emergency. So,
okay.
and then just general fund balance accumulated. But I will have all of those, just not today. Okay. Now I can.
Make a motion to close the meeting?
Yes, exactly, yes. All right, thank you. All right. And just, Christine, if you keep Benjamin on for a minute. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.